Donny Osmond and his son Chris helped save Draper Days last Saturday night.
Donny Osmond was born on December 9, 1957, in Ogden, Utah, into one of America's most well-known musical families. He was the seventh child of Olive May and George Osmond, and his childhood was anything but ordinary. With 8 siblings, Verl, Tom, Alan, Wayne, Merrill, J. Marie, and Jimmy, life in the Osmond household was lively, busy, and full of music. The family's deep connection to entertainment set the stage for Dana's future. His older brothers had already started the Osmond Brothers Group, performing wholesome, catchy songs that soon made them household names. Donny's charm and natural talent quickly stood out, and he became the star attraction in the family act. Despite all the music and fame, Donny's family life had its unique challenges. 2 of his brothers, Verl and Tom, were born deaf. Instead of letting this hold them back, the Osmonds embraced them fully in the group. They used sign language, rhythm, and close teamwork to make sure everyone could perform together. This not only strengthened the family bond, but also showed the world how determination and love can overcome obstacles. Donny grew up surrounded by discipline, faith, and a strong sense of family. As the Osmonds were devoted members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, this background shaped his values and created a foundation that stayed with him throughout his career. By the 1960s, the Osmond brothers had gained attention through performances on The Andy Williams Show, where audiences were charmed by their clean-cut image and polished harmonies. Donny, only 5 years old at the time, made his debut singing You Are My Sunshine, and instantly became a favorite. His sweet smile, confident voice, and wholesome personality made him stand out. As the years went on, Donny launched his solo career in the early 1970s, which turned him into one of the biggest teen idols of the decade. Songs like Sweet and Innocent, Go Away Little Girl, and Puppy Love captured the hearts of millions of young fans. His face appeared constantly on magazine covers, posters, and TV shows, making him one of the most recognizable young stars in the world. His popularity skyrocketed, but with fame came challenges. His management team carefully crafted his image as the perfect boy next door, a dream crush for countless teenage girls. While this image kept fans engaged, it also limited his personal life. Any sign of romance could have ruined the fantasy for fans who dreamed of marrying their idol. This would later play a big role when Donny met and fell in love with Debbie, the woman who would become his wife. Fame may have brought Donny success, but it also put him under pressure to live up to the expectations of millions of fans. The love story between Donny and his wife Debbie is one that few expected, and it did not begin smoothly. Debbie first entered Dana's life as a teenager. At just 15 years old, she was dating Dana's brother, Jay. Donny admired her from a distance, but it was far from the perfect situation. For 3 years, Donny quietly hoped she would see him differently, and eventually, she did. In 1978, Donny and Debbie married, beginning a lifelong partnership that has lasted more than 4 decades. However, at the time, this marriage was seen as a risky move for Donny's career. His management feared that young fans would lose interest in a married star, especially since so much of his popularity was based on his availability as a dream crush. Still, Donny followed his heart. He knew Debbie was the one he wanted by his side, and he wasn't willing to sacrifice that for fame. Together, they built a family of 5 sons: Donny Jr., Jeremy, Brandon, Chris, and Josh. Life with a growing family brought challenges, especially as Donny faced ups and downs in his career. Yet, Debbie became his anchor, the person who kept him grounded while the world around him was constantly changing. Their story proves that real love is not about perfect timing or flawless beginnings, but about choosing each other every day, even when the world tells you it might not work. Dana's career went through many phases after his initial rise to fame. He enjoyed massive success as a teen idol, but as he grew older, he struggled to reinvent himself. The music industry was shifting, and audiences were moving on to newer stars. He faced career slumps and even experimented with substances during difficult periods. But through it all, Debbie was by his side. She wasn't just his wife, she was his support system, his safe place. and the one who reminded him that family was more important than fame. While Donny was often traveling, performing, or searching for a new career direction, Debbie focused on raising their 5 sons and keeping their household strong. She never sought the spotlight, preferring to stay private and grounded. Donny often admits that Debbie was the reason he survived the toughest times in his career. In interviews, he has spoken openly about being tempted by other women, something almost unavoidable given his fame. Yet, he never strayed. He credits Debbie with being the love of his life and the reason he stayed true. Their marriage, built on trust and respect, became the foundation that carried him through every challenge. In an industry full of broken relationships, Donny and Debbie's bond stood out as a rare example of lasting love. For decades, fans have noticed that Donny rarely appears in public with his wife, and many wondered why. In 2020, Donny finally explained the truth. It wasn't about hiding their marriage or keeping secrets. It was about protecting something special in a world where fame can destroy personal relationships. Donny admitted that he and Debbie decided early on to keep their relationship private, away from the cameras and gossip. For them, love was sacred, and they didn't want it to be consumed by the demands of celebrity culture. In interviews, Donny has said the key to their marriage is simple: respect. He respects Debbie deeply and would never do anything to hurt her, and she gives him the same in return. Their decision to stay private wasn't always easy, especially when fans and the media wanted to know every detail of their lives. But it allowed them to build a stable family and a partnership that has lasted over 40 years. While other celebrity marriages often crumble under pressure, Donny and Debbie found strength in staying away from constant attention. Debbie's absence from the public eye isn't about distance, it's about a conscious choice to prioritize family over fame. After more than 4 decades of marriage, Donny often shares his gratitude for Debbie. He calls her the glue that holds their family together, the one who raised their children while he was on the road, and the steady force in his sometimes chaotic life. In 2020, Donny posted a rare photo of the two of them, writing that their decision to keep their relationship private was one of the best choices they ever made. He explained that their marriage has survived because they built it on respect, love, and commitment, not publicity or glamour. Unlike many celebrity couples who share every detail of their lives online, Donny and Debbie prefer to celebrate their love in private. Yet, when Donny does speak about her, his words are filled with appreciation and admiration. He often jokes that without Debbie, he would be lost in the chaos of tour schedules, costumes, and fan attention. Debbie's decision to remain out of the spotlight has made their relationship stronger, not weaker. While Donny shines on stage, Debbie shines at home as the heart of their family. Their marriage is proof that lasting love isn't about fame, it's about building trust, respect, and a strong foundation that can survive any storm. Today, at 66 years old, Donny Osmond has experienced nearly every high and low of show business. From being a child star and teen idol to reinventing himself as a Las Vegas headliner and even winning Dancing with the Stars, he has lived most of his life in front of the public. Yet, his greatest achievement is not measured in hit records or sold-out shows, it's his enduring marriage to Debbie. She may not appear often in the spotlight, but her presence is felt in everything Donny does. He often calls her his anchor, his best friend, and the reason he has remained grounded despite decades of fame. Their story shows that real success is not just about career milestones, but about the relationships that endure over time. Donny and Debbie's decision to stay private has allowed them to protect their bond and focus on what truly matters: family, love, and respect. In a world where celebrity marriages often make headlines for scandals and breakups, their love stands out as something rare and inspiring. While fans may not see Debbie often, Donny makes sure the world knows how much he values her. Their marriage is a reminder that true love doesn't need the spotlight to shine it, simply needs commitment, trust, and a deep respect for each other. After the height of his fame in the 1970s, Donny Osmond faced one of the toughest challenges any entertainer can face: staying relevant. As the music industry moved on and new styles became popular, Donny struggled to fit in. For a while, He was remembered mostly as a former teen idol, and many people doubted he could break free from that image. It was not easy for him. Fans who once screamed for him at concerts had grown older, and the new generation was not as interested in his earlier style of music. This transition period was difficult and at times heartbreaking for Donny. He went from constant attention and success to quieter years where people questioned his place in show business. But Donny was never one to give up easily. With Debbie by his side, he found the strength to keep going. He worked on reinventing himself, taking new opportunities that came his way. He appeared in TV shows, performed on Broadway, and even released music with a more modern sound. Some projects failed, but others helped him slowly rebuild his career. What mattered most was that Debbie continued to believe in him when many others did not. She reminded him that his worth was not tied to the charts or magazines, but to who he was as a husband and father. Donny's reinvention reached new heights when he found success in Las Vegas. In 2008, he and his sister Marie launched their residency at the Flamingo Hotel, a show that ran for more than a decade and became one of the most successful residencies in Las Vegas history. Night after night, audiences filled the theater to watch the famous brother-sister duo perform classic hits, dance routines, and comedy segments. This show proved that Donny was not just a former teen idol, but a versatile entertainer who could command the stage at any age. The residency also allowed Donny to connect with both longtime fans and younger audiences who were experiencing him for the first time. Behind the scenes, Debbie continued to support him quietly. She did not crave the flashing lights of Las Vegas or the attention of fans. Instead, she focused on keeping their family strong and giving Donny the stability he needed to perform at such a high level night after night. Donny often said that while the world saw the polished performer, Debbie saw the real man, the one who needed encouragement, balance, and love. Her role may not have been visible on stage, but it was every bit as important to his success. One of the most remarkable aspects of Donny and Debbie's story is the way they raised their family. Having 5 sons while living in the shadow of fame was no small task. For Debbie, this meant taking on much of the responsibility at home, especially when Donny was traveling for tours, filming, or performing in long-running shows. She managed the household, supported the children, and created an environment where they could grow up with values and stability, even though their father was a superstar. Donny often talks about how grateful he is for Debbie's sacrifices. While many people admired his success on stage, he knew that the real work was happening at home, with Debbie keeping everything together. Their sons grew up with both discipline and love, influenced by the same strong family values that Donny himself had been raised with. Unlike some celebrity children who struggle under the weight of fame, the Osmond children lived relatively normal lives. Thanks to Debbie's commitment to keeping them grounded. By choosing not to seek fame for herself, Debbie gave her family the gift of privacy and normalcy, something rare in the world of celebrities. It is no secret that many celebrity marriages fail under pressure. The constant attention, travel, and temptations often make it difficult for couples to stay together. For Donny and Debbie, this pressure was very real, especially in the early years of their marriage. Donny was still a major star, with fans who wanted him to remain single. His management worried that his career would suffer because of his marriage. On top of that, the entertainment industry is filled with challenges that can easily pull couples apart. Yet, Donny and Debbie made a decision early on to protect their relationship above all else. They chose privacy instead of publicity. They chose respect instead of drama. Donny admitted in interviews that he was tempted at times by the attention of other women, but he always remembered what mattered most. He often says that marrying Debbie was the best decision of his life, and he never wanted to risk losing her. Their ability to stay strong under the intense pressure of fame is a powerful reminder that love can survive even in the most difficult circumstances, as long as both partners are committed. When asked about the secret to their lasting marriage, Donny always gives the same answer: respect. He believes that respecting each other is the foundation of their relationship. Respect means listening, being honest, and never doing anything to hurt the other person. It sounds simple, but in practice, it is what has kept them together for more than 40 years. Donny often points out that